My dad told me he was proud of me for the first time. Right after I won the lottery he thinks he's entitled to. I stood there holding my phone, completely frozen. 26 years old, and those words had never come out of his mouth. Not when I graduated high school as valedictorian. Not when I got a full scholarship to nursing school. Not when I worked double shifts for 3 years straight to pay off my student loans early. Not even when I held my mom's hand as she took her last breath in that hospital room. He left when I was 12. Just packed a suitcase one Tuesday morning, kissed me on the forehead, and said he'd be back by dinner. Dinner turned into a week. A week turned into a month. Then I got a postcard from Arizona with a picture of a cactus. He'd moved in with a woman named Diane who had a pool and no kids. The child support checks bounced so regularly that the bank teller started giving me sympathetic looks. Mom kept every single one in a shoebox under her bed. She never threw anything away. Birthdays came and went. Sometimes he'd call. Most times he wouldn't. By the time I turned 18, I'd stopped expecting anything. Then Mom got sick. I called him from the hospital parking lot, sobbing, begging him to come say goodbye. He said he had a work conference. She died 3 days later. He didn't come to the funeral, didn't send flowers, didn't even send a card. I spent the next 8 years building a life from scratch. 2 jobs, a tiny apartment, a used car that broke down every other month. I was surviving barely, but I was doing it alone. Then one random Tuesday, I stopped at a gas station and bought a lottery ticket on impulse. I played Mom's numbers, the ones she'd played every week for 20 years. 6 numbers she'd picked based on our birthdays and her anniversary. I won $2.4 million. I told exactly one person, my best friend Kayla. I made her swear on her grandmother's grave not to tell anyone. Within 48 hours, my phone was exploding. Cousins I hadn't spoken to since middle school. An aunt who called me sweetheart even though she'd never remembered my name at family reunions. A guy claiming to be my dad's brother who I'd literally never met. Then he called. For the first time in 3 years. His voice was shaky, emotional, rehearsed. "I just want you to know," he said, pausing for effect. "I'm so proud of you. You've always been special." I didn't say anything. Just let the silence stretch. 3 days later, he showed up at my apartment with Diane. No warning, no invitation. Just knocked on my door like he still had a key. She was wearing designer sunglasses pushed up on her head and kept looking around my apartment like it was beneath her. He sat on my couch, the one I'd bought secondhand from Craigslist, and started crying. Real tears. He talked about how hard his life had been, how he'd been going through things when he left, how he always meant to come back. Then came the ask. He was $180,000 in debt, gambling, sports betting that spiraled out of control. Diane nodded along like this was somehow my problem to solve. "Family takes care of family," he said, reaching for my hand. "I raised you. This money should be shared." I pulled my hand back. "You raised me? You missed 14 years. Diane jumped in. "Your father has health issues, high blood pressure, stress. He needs this money to get back on his feet." That's when I stood up and walked to my bedroom closet. I came back carrying a cardboard box held together with packing tape. Mom's handwriting on the side. For later. I opened it in front of them. Every bounced child support check, organized by date. Every birthday card I'd sent that came back unopened. Every text message I'd screenshotted after he left me on, read for weeks at a time. 14 years of evidence documented and preserved. At the bottom was a handwritten note in Mom's shaky handwriting, written 3 days before she died. "If he ever comes back, show him what he really gave you." Nothing. My dad's face went pale. Diane looked uncomfortable for the first time since she'd walked in. I looked at him directly. "Let me ask you something. What was my college major?" He paused. "Business? Nursing. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 4 years." He swallowed. "What did Mom die from?" Silence. "You don't know because you didn't come. You didn't even ask." I walked to my kitchen counter and pulled out my checkbook. I wrote a check for exactly $1,000, the total of every single bounced child support payment, adjusted for inflation. I handed it to him. "This is what you gave me growing up. I'm returning it with interest." We're even now. He stood up so fast the box of evidence scattered across my floor. His face turned red. He started threatening lawyers, family court, legal action. I just smiled. "Try it. I already talked to a lawyer. You have 0 legal claim to my money, but I do have 14 years of documented abandonment, every bounced check, every ignored communication. If you want to make this public, we can make it public." Diane grabbed his arm and practically dragged him toward the door. He was still yelling when it slammed shut.